Hello everyone and welcome back to the Belgian Beer Brothers channel. Cedric here in Antwerp with yet another brew review, and today I was in the mood for something fruity, something lambic, so I dove into the cellar and I came back with this Lambiek Fabriek Jart-Elle. Now, for the people that don't know Lambiek Fabriek, I made a brewery breakdown about them, link up there. But this is a lambic brewery, a fairly new lambic brewery, and they have a tendency of naming their beers ending in Elle. Elle being her or she in French, qu'est-ce qu'elle a fait, what has she done, and they make beers with names like Naturel, natural, or this Jart-Elle. Now, Jart-Elle is also a French word and is a garter. Of course, that is a fitting with this nice hot red label. Why also the red label? Because this is an Oude Kriek, an old cherry beer. And an old cherry beer is a lambic based cut beer. So a combination of a 1, 2 and 3 year old lambic to make what's called an old goose, and then macerated on cherries. So, ooh, earthquake. This brewery is very noticeable by their their round labels and their ram's head as a logo. This particular beer is apparently brewed in March of 2023, or at least bottled, and has a shelf life of 5 years. So this means that this is the harvest of 21, 22, 23, no, 2021, 22, blended and bottled in 2023, and then a shelf life until 2028. So we are right in the middle of that. Oude Kriek is a traditional blend of 1, 2 and 3 year old lambics. This beer of spontaneous fermentation, aged in oak barrels with sour cherries. Unfiltered, unpasteurized. And this is a 6.3% ABV classic cherry lambic. Okay, let's cap it off. My trusty tire-bouchon. I think I've actually had this thing for almost 30 years, because I used to be a maitre d' and I got this tire-bouchon when I was like 12, 13 years old. Oh, the smell on this is amazing. Filter out the cork and you're left with sour cherries, old goose, quite lively oak, so quite fresh barrels. Of course, as a glass, I have my lovely Lambiek Fabriek Goose glass. In this case the 33 version, but these bottles are 37.5, so I opted for the 33 glass instead of the 25. Now I am pouring rather carefully, because even though I want foam, I also saw some residue in this bottle. And I don't want to add that all in from the first pour. And there it was, a speck of yeast. Okay, first things first, lovely color, actually quite orangey, peachy, a bit like salmon. I would have expected this a bit redder, a bit brighter, but apart from that, very, very lovely. Nice carbonation, lovely foam, even a lot for an old Kriek. although this is gonna dissipate quickly because it's of course slightly or quite acidic, and those protein that work our foam stability are not that keen on acids. Ooh, quite light on the aroma. Lighter than I expected. I'm getting typical yeast, so a bit of hay, a bit of horse stable, but also some lemony acidity, and ever so slightly this has a faint hint of cherries, red fruit in general, but it is very, very light, even though this beer is not that cold. So we do have a bit of carbon dioxide, and we also see that it is nicely carbonated. So yeah, no remarks in the looks department. And in the aroma department either. So all that's left for us is to taste. Cheers. Ooh. Wow. That is way more sour than I expected. And I'm not saying it's bad, but it is unexpected. That caught me by surprise. Expecting something lighter, something sweeter, and then getting this is not bad, but it is an experience. So let's try that again. Oh yeah, very sharp, very sour, very acidic. I'm getting lemon flavor, but I am getting like some vinegar, young sour green apple, a bit of lime zest, but also that bit of hay that was in the aroma. Oh, very nice, very refreshing as well. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, even to my standards, this is quite sour. Reminds me of an old Hansen beer. And I do get the cherry perfume, but it's not that dominant in the flavor. I do get some berries, I do get some red fruit. I get the acidity, the sourness, but not really the cherry perfume. This is absolutely not a gateway beer. So there are easier and less confronting ways to easier way into Geus and into Lambic. But it is a very nice one. Also has a lovely aftertaste. A bit more malty and ever so slightly hoppy. Ooh, this is gonna be one tough cookie to score. Because this may not be exactly my thing, although that does depend on the moment. It is a very well made beer. Looks nice, tastes good. I'm going with 375 on this one. Yeah, 375 sold. So be on the lookout for Lambiek Fabriek. I love their beers, but if you're not into sour, you might not want this one to start with. That all being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, leave a comment down below, hit that thumbs up, share a video if you want to support this channel, or just visit the Patreon page. There's a free tier, but you can always support me a bit more. And if you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon, you'll get notified whenever I upload something. And I'll see you guys again in the next video. Cheers.